under the direction of Glenda Lloyd, Brindabella Chorus.
Quite committed to learning lots of things, and sometimes coaches come to us and they will say, oh no, we've been working on this one line for like half an hour, we're really sorry, and everybody's just says, no, we love it, let's do some more of this. But we also really focus on having a good time at the same time. So for us, hard work is a good time, but it's got to be fun and there's got to be a laugh at the same time. So I think we manage the balance pretty well.
So the culture of the chorus is about having fun, getting the work done, which we love to do.
When we were in Las Vegas in 2017, we kind of had a little bit of an idea in our head about what we might do next, but we sort of sat down and said, let's write a sequel. But there was this sort of immediate enthusiasm with people all throwing ideas in. So when we came home, we then had a goal that we would requalify so that we could come back to the Harmony Classic and do the part 2.
Searching for dry land with heroic skill, they brought us safely down upon the sand.
And then we needed the introduction song, which I wrote. And I really had the idea in my head of like a British pantomime or a monologue or that kind of stuff. So I wrote a very minor piece with lots of words, and the real advantage of that is that instead of having to use all of the narrators, people out the front talking about what happened, is you can just sing the song, which is what we're there for after all, and really get the message across. And then we needed the change of mood for the song. So we went from a kind of a very minor melodramatic sort of a song into this sort of bright, chirpy, happy, yay, we're having a lovely time sort of song.
We could really hear the response. It was very strong, and we got a lot of response, and we thought they might miss a few of the nuances, but they didn't. So it was brilliant. We were just loving it, and it kind of gave us more energy as well. To like, they're really getting this, they're loving it. So it was great.
If I ever lost you, how much would I cry? How deep is the ocean? How high? How high is the
And so the package development itself, like we've always got to start with a contest song. And I chose How Deep is the Ocean because it mentioned the ocean, and that just seemed to make good sense with the package. Something we're aware of is that sometimes in packages, all the fun thing happens and then it's like, just hold on for a minute while we sing our contest song and then back to our regular scheduled program. And we really didn't want to do that. So we were trying to think of a way to make How Deep is the Ocean more interesting. We started thinking about writing parody lyrics, but then when the idea came up that instead of missing our families, that we would be missing other things, we went back and reviewed the words and realized we actually didn't need to change a thing, and that in fact we thought it might be funnier if we didn't. But once we had that, and we just got everybody to hold a coffee cup and do whatever thing they thought kind of made sense with the song. And then when we said and reach for a star, I don't know whose inspiration that was for the Starbucks sign, but my daughter spent 3 hours with a Cricut machine gluing all of that together, and it was like it was a very expensive and time-consuming prop for 3 seconds for a laugh, but it was worth it.
Ooh, fantasy and microchips shooting from the hips, something different, we're making weird science. Ooh, magic and technology, creepy dolls and chants, electricity, we're making weird science, weird science.
Because with every package, you've got to figure out how to get to the end. So in the end, we decided, as if you've seen the package, spoiler alert, we fixed the plain radio. And I was actually listening, I was driving along and heard Weird Science come onto the radio. And I was just thought, That's it. That's what we've got to sing. So we sang a sort of cut down version of that. So it's interesting from the audience to hear what the audience thought was the funniest. And we thought the bit where we talked about the different voice parts, foibles, that the audience might enjoy that. But once we said that, talked about the baritones fixing the radio, you know, there was this just huge roar from the audience, and that's when you know you've really connected. And it's powerful. It doesn't happen very often to stand on a stage and really get that sense of the audience just totally buying into what you're doing instead of listening to you sing nicely.
I'll send an SOS to the world. I'll send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets my. I hope that someone gets my. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle.
And then it kind of worked from there. So we thought it would be fun to do a medley of songs at the end about rescue. So we went through and cobbled together some songs that we thought might work. And that's a little tricky because it's not just songs with the right theme. You've got to be able to sing from one to the next in more or less the same tempo as well. So, you know, you've got to kind of pick songs that really fit together musically as well as lyrically. I felt like everything just went exactly as it should. There is one exception to that, though, what the audience wouldn't realize is that the soloist for Rescue Me was a substitution. She then spent like a bit of time practicing with the flight attendants because living in Perth, she'd never sung it with the chorus until we arrived. And so it really went the way that we hoped it would. And the thing about we sang enough message in the bottle that we thought people would be, oh, okay, we'll settle into this song now. And then to have that sudden change into SOS is when we knew the audience would go, ooh, something's happening. What is it going to happen again? What's happening next? And so there's that sense of anticipation in the audience of them waiting or maybe guessing.
With a score of 1,291 points, our 2024 Harmony Classic Division A champion chorus is Brindabella Chorus.
Even though we felt good about what we'd done, you just don't know on that countdown until they say that second place. And then, you know, it was just delightful. It's a fantastic feeling. And we knew that the competition was so good. The second place chorus, the poms were just brilliant. So we were really sitting on the edge of our seats for the announcement. So we were absolutely delighted.
There's a picture of me, which has made it around social media doing this, which is actually not when we found out that we won. It's when when Mary read the score, because I'd kept Valerie's score in my head, and to know that there was only 1 point in it was just amazing and a little terrifying. But we do go in with the idea in mind that we're there to sell the song. And of course, we'd want to win. But I think for us, it's as much a goal that we want to be memorable for what we did as much as that we have these very nice, shiny things that we get to wear.
All of us to be part of that culture, because it doesn't happen by mistake. As we all know, in Sweet Adelines, the culture of your chorus is something that you work very hard to create, and it's very positive. So I love being part of it. Yeah.